got quite a pile of here today, guys. And that is a lot of rubbish. I mean, it's probably 5 kilos, just race lightened it, right? Bus is in the blasters. We're going to do a quick test just to see how it all looks. Bit of a bent chassis rail down here. It's got a bit of a wang in it, so something I'm going to have to straighten up. I'll say I've cut out as much as I dare for the minute, and now I'm going to start trying to get some of this damage out, which is, as you can see, pretty extensive. Obviously the metal has stretched. Wherever you see bits like this, that's a stretch. So those parts are going to be a little bit more awkward because the material's actually stretched there. So once we start knocking it out, that'll become bigger than it would have originally. Obviously we've got a lot of damage here. It's an incredible amount of damage really. And obviously through the front here, up into the swage line where it's quite bad. So yeah, we're going to tackle this. This post here, this one just here, is actually bent, and I've got a bit of a ding up the back side of that headlight bolt there, and then the same pretty much with this A post. Repair around the front of this, so this section here, it's all rusted around there, at the bottom of the tub area, so I'll be able to repair all of that, get all of this straightened, all this stuff here straightened out. So there's a front cross member that comes in this section here. To get that section in, at the moment, it's like I can get it in, but it's hard work. Repair the A post lowers, repair the front panel, do the lower repairs, get all that stuff done. On the dash here, that's got to be fixed as well at some point. So I know this is going to sound really drastic, but I'm actually going to remove the whole front clip. It's going to mean it's going to be a bit easier to try and do these repairs. Big progress report on the treasure chest area. It's all rotted out. So I've repaired all that through that section and made the 2 rib sections. I've just got to do a bit of a repair now around this bottom section here. So new bulkhead panel is now all in place. This section down here, all in. Light blue post section, all in. These panels are really lovely, really lovely. We haven't put it in across the top here yet, across the top section of the tub, until we put the front dog legs in. And we're now going to finish off a couple of little bits in the back, and then we're going to re-epoxy all of the parts that we've welded in, ready to start putting the rear floors down. Stevie's been busy, a lot of welds. You can see a few more welds and a load of cleaning up to do. Tech tip on doing cargo floors with the Splitscreen bus. These are generally plug welded in because you can't get a spot welder into sections like this, generally, for us guys anyway. I might have done in the factory. So secret to doing this job is really lovely actual plug welds. Trying to keep them really hot and burnt in. I mean, these are a fine example. So what I'm going to show you is the best way to get them cleaned up. So they look like this. I don't need a lot. One of the things you do want is a magnet. So we're just going to put a magnet there like that. It's going to collect all our metal filings, or most of them, just keeps the mess down slightly. Still do a bit more work in there if we really need to, but actually the time that gets a coat of epoxy, it's going to look pretty good. And as you can see, our magnet has collected most of our mess, and then we'll move on and do these ones. But anyway, hopefully that was helpful to you. Finally the floor area is now all finished. I've still got the 2 heater tubes to put through this section just here, a few holes to do at the back there. But it's finished enough for me to put some epoxy on now. So I'm going to shoot this evening, put some epoxy down, get it sealed, and then we can go around with like a wipe-in, wipe-out seam sealer. I've panel wiped out, I've masked everything, I've masked the floor up, yeah, I'll explain. I'm going to work my way down, and as I work my way down, I'll just keep panel wiping and just making sure we get rid of any kind of dust as such. But what I didn't want to do is get loads of overspray on the floor, because it's got to have 3 coats, all of this, so I have to do the floor last. Mask it up, and as I work my way down, I'll just pull the paper back slightly and work my way back out of the van. Anyway, I'm going to mix up some paint and I'm going to shoot this one. Right, here we go. First pot of paint. Two coats of epoxy on this cargo floor. This is going to help us now sort of detail those weld marks out, correct brackets at the bottom of the side posts. The panel looks pretty nice. As you can see, it looks pretty good. I've just dusted over this panel again because there's so many bits of pitting in it. The epoxy is going to help us fill those bits of pitting in. So just doing more bodywork than we really want to. Really good. Yeah, we'll just leave that now. We can just crack on now with some other parts of the bus and not have to worry now about this sort of section. There we go. All dry. It's all looking lovely.
I don't know how many years ago, but you know, there was a period where I always asked at the end of every interview I did, will you do a Trainspotting sequel and would you ever play Obi-Wan Kenobi again? And then there was a...
So another little time-consuming job is this handbrake pin. It's actually stuck in the handbrake. Let's try and heat it up, and so I can get it out of the way. Finally got it out. Took a bit of getting out. That did get a lot of heat into it. It's so seized. But also while this is out, it gives me an opportunity to sort of straighten up this, which is damaged obviously in the accident. That's the plate welded into place. That's a bit all sorted now. I'm going to start on the D post and get a bit more of that done. One thing I will say about when you do this is that end with those holes in it, is a bit of a weapon really. You will coat everything. Do not go near the trigger. It's like a hair trigger as well now. There we go. That's the pipe on the can, allow me to get inside the chassis rail and just get some paint in there. It's an epoxy primer. Give it a couple more coats and that's going to get that job done. Just to give you a little show what I've been doing. This is the brown, well it's like a browny grey. Gave us for the inside. And it's all in Raptor, that is, so I've mixed it up into the Raptor, thinned it, so I can lay it on. So it's got a slight texture to it, but it sort of hides kind of some of the pitting and stuff, because the original parts of the bus were quite pitted, obviously. But yeah, I think I've got it all. So this was our bent chassis rail. So we've straightened that, so that's been dealt with. We've cleaned up as much as we can, everything inside here. Straightened a lot of this out. This is where the splash pan section bolts onto. It's been straightened up. And again, we've just straightened as much as we can with all of this stuff here and primered everywhere we can to give it some preserve everything as much as possible. So I've got now this piece that goes in this section here. I've straightened that out and repaired that. There's loads of random holes and bits of weld all over it, so I've dealt with all of that. The front end's all measuring up nicely, so yeah, we're it's all looking pretty nice. So yeah, like I say, that's actually straightened out really lovely, as hopefully you can see. Just thought I'd give you a quick video of what I'm up to. Put the new piping into position for the totem pole that goes up to the dash. Mocked up a steering box and the pedal assembly. So the handbrake section seems to be lining up nicely. Heater pipe through this section here. Just checking everything's in the right place, because this section's really important.